What I wanted to share with you this morning is a quote that I read last night. And yesterday I was thinking about, we've all probably heard that expression, be the change you wish to see in the world, or be the change you want to see in the world. I'm sure everyone's heard that. And I've always heard that it's attributed to Gandhi. And so anyways, I did a search for it last night because I wanted to know the exact wording of the quote. Well, apparently it's not a Gandhi quote. Apparently that quote in that wording, be the change you wish to see in the world, didn't appear in print until something like 1974, and it's attributed to like some psychologist who wrote a paper or wrote a book or something like that. So it's not exactly attributed to Gandhi, but they think the reason that it was attributed to Gandhi is because of something that he did write in 1913. He wrote a piece in 1913, and it was this following passage. And I really liked it, so I'm going to read this to you. This is from Gandhi, 1913, so 107 years ago. He said, "We but mirror the world. All the tendencies present in the outer world are to be found in the whole of our body. If we could change ourselves, the tendencies in the world would also change. As a man changes his own nature, so does the attitude of the world change towards him. This is the divine mystery supreme. A wonderful thing it is, and the source of our happiness. We need not wait to see what others do. All the tendencies present in the outer world are to be found in the world of our body." So when we think that someone else is hateful, or someone else is prejudiced, or someone else is mean, or someone else is unkind, or anything else that we observe in the outer world that we don't like, it's important to recognize that the same tendency exists within you. And on a certain level, if you didn't have it active, you wouldn't even notice it in the other person. So if you could change yourself, the tendency of the world would also change. We talked about this last week, but we're all part of the collective vibration, and any shift in the individual vibration subtly begins to shift the vibration as a whole. And as we're seeing right now in the world, as more and more and more people are starting to make the inner shift and starting to change the tendencies and the vibrations within themselves, we're starting to see kind of collective changes that we've desired for a very long time. As man changes his own nature, so does the attitude of the world change towards him. And I thought that was a really interesting point as well, because that's very much kind of a law of attraction type of statement. As man changes his own nature, so does the attitude of the world change towards him. When you start vibrating more on the frequency of happiness, when you start vibrating more on the frequency of joy, when you start vibrating more on the frequency of love, it's the reflection that's going to come back to you more often. So anyways, it's a beautiful quote about changing yourself. If we want to keep it simple, from 1974, be the change you wish to see in the world, or we want to go back to 1913 and Gandhi's quote that if we could change ourselves, the tendencies in the world would also change. As man changes his own nature, so does the attitude of the world change towards him. So start with yourself, which is what we're all doing right now. Close your eyes for just a moment. Start with yourself, being the change right now that you wish to see. Every breath that you take, the quieting in your mind, the allowing of the peace to come forward. Peace exists in the world. Peace exists in you. Love exists in the world. Love exists in you. Hatred exists in the world. Hatred exists in you. Amplify the tendencies you wish to have reflected back towards you. It all starts with us. Bring your hands together at your heart. Rub your hands together. We're going to have a fabulous class today. We're going to commune.